It's like 1:30-ish a.m. Honolulu time. If you've ever been here or have visited at any point, you may have heard me go on about demons pretty regularly. My interactions with them, experiences and things here. I need to start taking it a bit more seriously. When this first kicked off for me, it was 2017. And all the activity seemed to be happening around a friend of mine. I was an atheist at this time. And it took a while to figure out what was going on, what exactly these things were. I thought it was some kind of witchcraft or... So anyway, I started interacting with them. And things cooled off for a while. And it's recently kicked up again a little bit. I've been seeing more demonic activity in people. That's the only way you're going to see it. And throughout all this, I've never really done even normie levels of research on it. I just didn't care. You know, it's just like, it's weird, whatever. But I'm not interested in learning, you know, the 57 kings of hell, or whatever the fuck it is. I just don't care about them. They're out there. They did bring me to God, though. Which I kind of owe them for that. Because that's how I had to figure it out. I was like, oh, if all this is going on. And it's funny, before I even started talking to demons, I knew about the satanic cults that ran the world. I was deep into that research for a while. And it never occurred to me, like, well, if these people believe in these dark powers and they do all this sacrifice and all this stuff to try to gain their favor, there must be another side to this. I never put that together. Why? I don't know. Maybe it was trauma around being a Catholic as a kid, and just my whole experience with that. I was always really scared of church, and the whole iconography of the cross and all that stuff that always creeped me out. But all throughout that study and research, and I just never assumed, I never thought about it. You know, I hear people talk about it, like, oh, we have to pray. I'd be like, yeah, God. To me, it was just this abstract force of good. But they were actually petitioning spirits, powers, you know. So there has to be another side to it. It wasn't until I was faced with actually interacting with these things that I really started to say, hey, you know. And then I had the angelic visitations, which sounds a lot more grand than they were. I had videos explaining that it was really just one. But anyway, you know, that's another story. But I was watching this pastor here on YouTube. And he talks about how they have, each demon has like different personalities. And they really do. And I'm like, yeah, this guy's right. So it led me to watching a lot of other things that I really should have started, you know, looking into this a while ago, but something kept me from it. I don't know, maybe that's part of it too. There's something keeping me from looking into it too deeply. My wife doesn't like it, but she was threatened by one night, right out here. I was standing here, just like this, smoking a cigarette. And this woman comes walking up the street, and she looks all fucked up. Again, this was something I didn't put together until later. A lot of times, when you have these sort of experiences, these supernatural things, you don't put them together until later. In the moment, you kind of don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know if that's some kind of spiritual protection or some kind of protection that keeping you from being in the moment. Although now with demons, as you've seen on the channel, I can just go up to them and I you know, interact with them, whatever. I don't have to think about it. I know what they are. You can smell them. when I say you can smell them, you can't really smell them. It's like a sense that we don't use. And I always use the term that someone else came up with that is just perfect. It's like rotten meat and static electricity. That's exactly what it is. You just get this like, and it's like, it's not a smell, but it's a feeling, and then you just know they're around. So one night I'm standing out here, let's get back to that, and this woman comes walking up the street. She looks like she was drunk, but she was stumbling around. She had heels on, and it looked like a kid that was wearing their parents' high heels, blonde, glasses, black and white kind of dress on. It may have been a black and white top, striped, and it may have been a different skirt, or may have been a one piece. And I'm just standing out here, and she's walking right up here, and she's like kind of like she's trying to walk in heels, like she'd never put them on before. And I said, "Oh, this lady's drunk." Later, I was like, "Oh, that's just a thing getting in the body," because when they get in the body, they got to figure out how to move it. That's why a lot of times they yell a lot, it's like, because they're trying to talk, they're trying to inhabit the body, figure out how it works. Each one, I guess, is maybe different, or some of them can get into them better. I don't know what the fuck that is, but she comes stumbling up here, right in front of me, and you can smell it, that smell. And she's staring at me, and at the time I'm thinking, well, this chick is drunk, I don't want to interact with her, I'm just not going to look at her. And she was making, she's going, I'm like, what the fuck's her problem? I'd already encountered demons at this point. But like I said, sometimes your brain's thinking it's anything else, you know? And what I was doing is waiting for my wife to come back from her mom's. She came walking up the street here. And I didn't say anything about the lady. And then when I was walking in with her, she's like, yeah, this woman came up to me, and she's like, you have to be careful out here, you could get snatched. And she described it, and it was that woman, the demon. It was inhabiting that body. And it went up to my wife at the crosswalk down there and said, you got to be careful out here, you can get snatched. I didn't tell her, and I still haven't to this day. I haven't told her what that was. I was just like, oh yeah, I saw her too. She's just some drunk, crazy lady. That made me really bad. And I was like, fuck these people. And then I got more into it. Then I started to take trips down to Chinatown with my friends all the time. That's where I was experiencing all of it. I wasn't getting too many experiences here. I only, within the past year, started getting them here. Recently, the past year, it was all taking place down there. Someone described it as there's a vortex of negative energy down there, of sadness, that may have been created or is being fed by the despair down there. There's a lot of homeless, there's a lot of drugs, there's a lot of murder, which they fucking don't really put in the newspapers here because, well, they do some locally. You'll hear these stories, or you'll see them on very, like, local media outlets, but they don't go nationwide. You know, they don't want to hurt the tourist industry. There's a lot of stuff like that here. Like, a lot. And I understand why they don't. It doesn't get wide. You know, the only money they have coming into the islands is tourism. But, yeah, then things cooled off. You know, I think all the time during the pandemic, I didn't experience anything. And I think that's because, I mean, there just wasn't people around, you know? They need people. That's how they interact. My coffee over there. Still alive. That made a good painting. So it cooled down. Because, I mean, when the lockdowns happened, and it seemed like we were locked down here for a long time. And then we went to the limited opened up for a long time. We were like one of the longest, if not the state, that held on to mandates and restrictions longer than anybody. You know, they want to show how blue they are, even though they are in occupied territory, and it should be the opposite, but it's not my place to discuss that. So I think what it was is just a lack of people for them to jump into, because they need people. You know, that's why the good time to see one is like a Friday night, Saturday night, when there's less people around, you know, because they could get into them. They're always around. They're around here. They're around me. They're just probably floating around here in the street. Roger from KC, you know, he'll learn you on how ubiquitous they are. They're everywhere. And sometimes like they could go in and out of people. You know, it's like it's like a meter, almost like a temperature gauge. If it gets cold enough, right? I had something. Vibrational frequency. Imagine it as a thermometer. If people get low enough vibrationally, they can slip right in. You know, they need to get you low. That's why everything's about fear, sadness. So that's why the news media, they're always trying to get you to get low, get low. You're easier to control that way, but you also become taxis for demons. So people can be right along that line, you know. And when they are, they can kind of pop in and pop out, pop in and pop out. And you see that kind of behavior in some people. I saw it in a guy a few weeks ago. I talked about how it was like they're around it was almost like they're sitting on his shoulders and jumping in and out. And it made me think of the video of the train there that I posted here a million times, where you can see the entities. Because you can sometimes catch them on camera. Because it's just a frequency. That's all it is. If the light happens to get the right frequency, you know, that's how Roger and KC does all his stuff. So they're always around. They're always around. And I know I talk about it in a very nonchalant way all the time. And it's just one of the things I go on about. I try to hit all the sort of metaphysical subject type stuff. You know, when the mood strikes, or whenever I think I have a new idea that might have some merit or some maybe interesting. But I really got to start, I feel like God gave me this gift, or gave me this gift to be able to interact with them for whatever reason. And I feel like I'm not kind of taking it seriously. And I probably should. Because, I mean, I don't know how many other people are doing this around here. Maybe there are more people doing this. I can't really say I'm an exorcist. I've never really did a exorcism. You know, I've had them jet out of bodies when I go over there. You know, like the one I have on, the thing I have from a few months ago. That lady, where when I went over to her, she just kind of, it left. And then I have my theories about why that is. I think maybe the angel thing had something to do with it. It's a very crazy, convoluted. My life got weird in the past fucking few years. But, so yeah, I'm just watching all these YouTube videos about it. And, I'm like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. And these guys are putting in a lot more time and energy into this stuff than I am. And it's not a common thing, you know, that for everybody to perceive. So I feel like I'm wasting a gift here from God. You know, whatever you perceive to be God. I don't think he's a man in the sky with sandals who's very judgmental about masturbation. But, you know, we call him Father Yahweh, Father Yah. It's the Father. It is we are his progeny. We, one singular thing. Because we are all one thing. We are all one being. Split up into different points of attention. Expressing ourselves as individuals from these different points of attention. that's a whole nother fucking 10 videos though. But yeah, things escape me sometimes. I'm not the smartest dude. I'm a D student, D+ student. So I've been given some kind of gift here, or some kind of ability to interact with them. And I mean, as you can see, I bet if you ever watch me, I'm very nonchalant about the whole thing. But I always have a lot of crucifixes, which I have on. I always carry a little Bible, which I have right here. This is actually really just Psalms and Proverbs. Pretty cool. It's in the shape of like a locker, like a school locker. Which is interesting because it's a callback to something from my past. But anyway, that's neither here nor there nor anywhere. And I keep other kind of weapons that, like, I've contemplated having them blessed. But, like, I don't know, by who? You know? You could get, like, holy water at Walmart. Like, how good is that? And who would I get to bless it? Some pedophile? I mean, you know, I have more, I think. What's that?
No, I'm a dominatrix, right? I'm a surfer, right?
What's that?
I'm a dominatrix. I'm a surfer. I was trained in Hollywood, right?
Oh, really?
My pops told me, instead of being a prostitute, since you like being on boys, why don't you be a dominatrix? He said that out of his drunkenness craze, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because my dad lost it all at 9/11. He was working in Hollywood.
He lost his what?
He lost everything to 9/11.
Oh, wow.
So we watched Pulp Fiction.
My name's Jimmy.
I'm Renee. Can I have a
Renee? Yeah, sure, sure.
So my pops goes, you know, you like being on boys, why don't you be a dominatrix?
Yeah?
So right when I ran away from home, I looked it up. It's so lucrative.
Yeah, it is.
It's so lucrative. But you probably haven't seen that shit since the 80s, right?
No, Dominic, I have friends that do that.
But I'm saying,
They do
like,
it online.
I'm saying, like, you haven't seen that real stuff.
You can have
right?
this, actually, if you want
like
to.
Like the wood, and
yeah.
the dungeon.
It's kind of an investment. You have to buy a lot of stuff.
It's legal, right?
Yeah.
But there's no sex involved. There's sex involved. My friend that's a pimp, throw him up real quick, get a cop in there.
Yeah.
That loves domination and fuck him up.
Oh, yeah, some of them just like getting beat on.
Yeah. The cop will come in and say, show me what you're doing, right? And we show him, and the cop will just go, there's no sex here. Where the fuck is this fucker at?
Yeah.
Get the fucking gun and get the fucker out.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we're not having sex in there.
No.
And my love used to probably be a brothel owner. That's a big motherfucker from New York.
You still work? You work out here? How are things out here going for you?
These fuckers don't get it.
Really?
They don't fucking get that. You're trying to touch my husband again, I'm gonna fucking kill you, make you a gift.
Yeah.
They don't fucking get it. I've been dating my husband since I was 15.
Really?
They don't
Wow.
fucking get it. I'm gonna fucking fuck her up like a dominatrix, and she's gonna be turned into tutu.
Yeah.
Speed. They don't fucking get it.
Yeah.
That's not cool. Right?
Yeah.
Because all my friends that are whores know from here to New York, you don't ever mess with a man that's not married or that's married.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there's AIDS in the world.
Yeah, well, it's just a morality thing too, I guess.
Yeah, but
you don't want that
AIDS
weighing
and
on your
STDs,
head.
right?
Oh,
Even
yeah.
The cops know.
Yeah.
The cops here know I've been surfing all my life here, and these whores have practically raised me. If they're not looking at me,
how come the cops don't stop them? Like I noticed there's a lot of work in
coveted red light district. Because they come in from Amsterdam, right?
Yeah, because I know there's a Las Vegas
remember
connection.
Pipeline?
Yeah,
remember
Pipeline.
Pipe Dreams?
Oh, sure, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They're still around.
The whores came from Pipe Dreams, remember that?
Oh, okay.
Spreading drugs and AIDS.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I know that.
So now, the whores come from Big Island, okay? Most of them. But Pele princesses are very rare. They're girls that will sell their body because they lost everything. They're covered.
Oh. Okay.
They're covered.
Yeah. Because I see a lot of professional-looking ones here, too.
They're covered. And then you get the boat bitches. Boat bitches come from Amsterdam.
Oh, wow.
They got withdrawals, whatever.
Yeah.
My ex-fiance was a undercover detective. His wife was a boat bitch in the 80s.
A boat bitch? That means you come off the boat. Okay.
From Romania and shit.
Oh, okay.
Amsterdam.
You can have that. I got tons of light at home. I'm from Boston originally.
Cool.
Yeah.
My sister went to Harvard. I was living in PA. I'm from LA originally.
Oh, cool.
Who are you talking to? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'm not talking. I have a YouTube channel. I'm just talking about demons. Say hi. There we go. Looking good.
I'm a Billabong model.
Oh, really? Oh, cool. How's that going?
I I still gotta work, but you know.
Yeah.
I've worked for 15 years.
Really? Since
you know
you
how
were.
hard it is?
Since you were how old? Yeah.
Since I was 15.
So you started working at 15.
You have to
So
hide
25 now. You're 25 now.
I'm 30.
30? Oh wow. So you've been working that whole time? Do you make good money, or do you have a pamphlet?
Yeah, I make $2 million for every shirt.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
But I put that into sales and I put that into charity.
Oh, cool.
I put that money into my security guards. So all these big fuckers, you see with suits?
Yeah.
It's a bodyguard.
Oh. I can tell when the pimps are driving around too, because they always blast the music.
I taught him
really?
how to be one.
Oh yeah? That's cool.
His family was doing stuff that was illegal. So I said, I'm going to teach you something. I'm a pusher. Okay? You better shut the fuck up and tell me what fucking corner you want, motherfucker. And when I get there, you better not be on that fucking corner. I'm going to shoot you. Okay? I'm not going to shoot a cop. I'm going to shoot your fucking ass. Alright? To the point where your fucking brains are going to be everywhere. And I'm going to eat them. Alright? You fucking understand me?
That's a good threat. No one wants their brains eaten.
That's a rhetorical question. So don't fucking answer me. Okay? So come from LA, New York, baby, and Hawaii.
Yeah.
So next time you're in my fucking corner, I'm not going to shoot a cop, bro. Because I've been married to him for 15 years. Arranged marriage because of AIDS. Wow. So I said, next time you're in my fucking corner, bitch, you better have some fucking money in your pocket.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have any fucking money in your pocket, I'm not going to pop a cop. I'm going to pop you.
Yeah, you're very intense for a short girl.
You know what? You're telling me you're an informant.
Yeah, there's a lot of informants here. There are a lot of informants.
So
people trying to work off time.
You get on my fucking corner and a cop is around, the cop's gonna be right there, right? But I'm gonna pop you, bro.
Yeah.
Because you're a fucking rat. And I don't need that shit. You're gonna be in jail and you're gonna be a fucking faggot.
There's a lot of rats here. People call the cops on people for anything.
That. I work with a mob. Okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Lucianos. I don't work like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something. Don't show my face after that.
Okay.
Put it up there. But I
I'll put it over this way.
Okay? Yeah. Grazie. Bella bellissimo. I said, thank you, beautiful. But if my boy is on the corner and there's a cop around, I'm not going to shoot the cop. I'm going to look around, I'm going to look at the cop, pop him.
Oh, wow, yeah. I mean,
the cop's going to be like,
you got to do what you got to do.
I'm going to eat his brain. Watch.
You got to do what you got to do. I got to go in. I got candles burning in the house, but it's really cool meeting you.
Hey, can I cruise with you?
I got candles going. I got stuff going on at the house.
You want to do it yourself, huh?
Yeah. But it's good meeting you. Have a good night. Keep your head on a swivel, too. Nicole? Jimmy?
What's your name? Jimmy.
I'll see you soon. I'll see you around, sure. Oh, there we go. Nice. Have a good night, Nicole. Happy birthday. Bye-bye. Yeah, I thought possibly that that would be a demonic thing. It's not. Because sometimes that happens. Sometimes, like, that happened with that. The time I saw that last one that fled out of the body over near the, over on Kalakaua, near the Victoria's Secrets. You could kind of tell that was just someone that might have been on drugs, probably. When I saw her coming over, I'm like, oh, wow. Did I attract one? But yeah, I do have to go in, though. I do have candles burning in there. I just got to start taking this stuff more seriously. I have a hard time taking anything seriously, though. A sense of humor is, as I always say, very important. It'll save you. And the devil hates laughter, because it's the highest vibrational activity your body can engage in. And when you're high vibration, they can't touch you. Makes them very upset. Don't blame the teacher. Blame the school.